This is Supreme Intelligence, and this is a new video. Someone asked me a question about, like, if you're in a relationship with somebody that has kids, and even if you have kids, you know what I'm saying? If both of y'all have kids, even one that doesn't, like, would you allow the person you with to discipline your child? Um, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I got 3 boys. I have nieces, nephews, and whatever. I got god kids. And one thing about me, my dad and mom used to discipline me. Mean they used to whip the hell out of me. I mean, literally tear my behind up. So I always learned from them lessons and everything that I was taught by my moms and my father. And what I can say is when I had children, I thought beating them um was okay. I ain't like beat them, like tearing my legs, spank, like stuff like that, but not like how our parents did us. But what I can say is, um, I was always the with me and when I was when with me and my kids' mom, I was more of the to teach the children life lessons. I was more about discipline. She was more of yelling, you know what I'm saying? And that's something that when we split up that I didn't want. So what I can say is, like, whoever I'm with or whatever, you know what I'm saying, I expect them to do the same thing. I'm like, yeah, that's my child. Let me handle it. But if my child gets out of line, like disrespect, I'd be like, you have the right to handle that. But at the same time, I don't expect, you know what I'm saying, the person in my wit to grab my son by the hair or start smacking him around like that. No. Because the reason I stopped, you know what I'm saying, beating him the way I did, I started to, especially when I started to get knowledge of myself and who I was, beating and spanking is like a form of slavery, actually. If you look back in the history, that that's what the slave master will always do. So it's like everything that they did to us and did to our people, why do we always take that over and think it's okay? So what I do now, you know what I'm saying, sometimes the tone of my voice, sometimes people think I'm screaming, but I'm really not. I'm actually, that's just the way I talk sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm from New York, and plus my family's from the islands. So that's just how we speak. It's not like we yelling. We could be right in front of your face and we be screaming. Like, we be right in front of each other's face talking. Like we'll think it's normal. Everybody else won't think it's normal. Know what I'm saying? Like, my 12-year-old, I love, that's my little man. I love that dude to death. You know what I'm saying? But he does a lot of things. Like, he's starting to get into his own, like, the man that, he's not a man yet, but young man, I can say. He's getting into a lot of things. Like, he's on the internet a lot. He's starting to get into, like, things about the universe, the nature. Like, for instance, I came home from work one day. I'm looking for him because usually when I get home from work, he's on the couch waiting for me. You know what I'm saying? So we usually take a walk, like, when I get home. And this one day I couldn't find him. I'm like, where is this dude? I'm looking all over the house. No one knows where he's at. So I go into the backyard. Usually when I get home, I get me some, like some water with some lime or whatever I want to decide to put in my water, sit outside and chill. So I look over, he's laying in the sun, you know. He's my son is like light brown, you know what I'm saying? It's like he was like face was red. So I'm like flipping out. I'm like, cause I'm thinking, yo, he may be dehydrated. So I'm like, oh, they drink some more. He's like, Dad, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm like, no, you're not okay. It's like, as a father, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying I'm very protective of my boys, you know. You know what I mean? It's like some people say you're overprotective. I'm like, you don't understand. Because when I was young, a situation happened with one of my sisters, and that woke me up. And I was like, gotta be very protective of my kids, especially these days. People are sick these days, you know. Sometimes family members want to say he can spend the night. I'm like, no. Sometimes I say yes. It depends who it is, and I'm always checking on. Like this weekend, he was away. You know what I'm saying? I missed the hell out of him when he was away. You know, I was always calling. I kept calling. I kept texting. He don't have his own phone, but I'm texting my sister and my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law said, yo, why don't you just come over, man? I'm like, nah, I'm cool. You know, it's like, so I got off subject a little bit. So what I can say is, like, you with somebody, I would say, talk that over with that person. Like, this, like, if you, let's just say y'all don't have any children, you know what I'm saying? Most of the time, the woman is the one that takes care of the kid and stuff like that. The father is always the one that does the discipline. I'm not saying the woman doesn't do that as well, but us men have a different way. Like, it's different when if you have a boy child, it's mostly the man's the discipline, because we grew up and you know, we used to certain things and stuff. A woman, if it's a girl, a woman will have the girl a certain way. You know, like us men, we the thing about us men, when we got girls uh, when we have a girl child is different from a boy. You know, that we love our sons, but our daughters, man, we have a daughter. Like, I tell everybody knows me. I had a daughter. I found out about my daughter towards the end of her life, and let her soul rest in peace. But it's like, I had nieces and stuff and goddaughters, so you know what I'm saying. I did a little son, but that right there was my little, that was my little angel. Y'all, those who know me, you know what I'm saying. That was my baby, you know. But when they become teenagers, you're not used to that shit. You know, it's like you don't want them to grow up just like a boy child. Like, my 12-year-old is gonna be a teenager this year. I mean, not this year, but next year he's gonna be a teenager. He's like, see, me as a father, I peep it, because at his age, you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna lie, I was wild. You know what I'm saying? Not wild, but I was, say, curious about things. You know, I wanted to know what this was. And at that age, I was asking my mom, like, what periods was and stuff. That's sort of how my mom found out that something was going down. You know, but when she asked, was I a virgin, I couldn't tell her. Like, that's just embarrassing. You just can't tell your mom that. So what I want to say is, if you with somebody, and when you with somebody, it's gotta be a union. It's like her kids are your kids, and you know what I'm saying, and it's the same way. Like, if she loves you, she loves your kids. You know, like, I've been with girls, like, my kid's birthday would come, they wouldn't say happy birthday, they wouldn't give nothing. But I was with this one I was with this one person, you know what I'm saying, she never forgot a birthday, never forgot graduation, anything important with my kids, never forgot anything important. Sometimes she'd just be out and just say, yo, I'm sending you something in the mail. It's for one of your boys, or this is for this kid, this is for that one. Birthdays, nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of person you want, because if they just gonna send you something like that for your kids, it means that person really loves you. You know, despite no matter what goes down, she really always will love them kids. Even no matter how mad or any type of way she is at you, she will love them children. And that's someone that I say you will always want. Because you got some women say, oh, those are your kids, those not my kids. You get somebody like that, no matter how beautiful she is or whatever, somebody like that, you gotta leave them alone. Just, like I say, just discipline your kids in a way where, you know, they're not afraid of you. If you get a child that's afraid of you, that's not good. That means that kid won't be able to talk to you about nothing. You know, so just get along, you know what I'm saying, see how each other interact. Like, sometimes with us men, like, we used to doing things on our own. So when we get somebody, we used to doing things on our own. We need help, but we're not gonna go to that person. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a single father. I need some help sometime, but I just don't ask no one, because I'm so used to doing things on my own for these kids. You know what I'm saying? I got an 18-year-old. I got a 20-year-old going on 50. And I got my little man. So it's like, for like the longest, it's always been like me and them, you know. And my kids love everybody, you know. Even if, you know what I'm saying, I tell them about somebody and they ain't never met, the more I talk about them and show them pictures and stuff, they tend to love that person. That's just how they are. They got caring hearts. But just discipline them in a way. You don't have to spank your kid, because, you know what I'm saying, that's not teach them anything. Because I know when I used to get beat, I never listened. You know what I'm saying? I still do the same thing. Till my old dad was like, he started talking to me more. And if you realize him talking to me more is when I listened more. So it's the supreme. And so in closing, that's all I gotta say. Just enjoy your day. In New Jersey, we had a big ass storm, and my front yard, backyard is a mess. So I'll probably clean it. So this is Supreme Intelligence. Like, share, subscribe, and peace.